I get this question a lot. Is poker still profitable? Yes, poker is still profitable, and here are 3 reasons why. First of all, there are still fish. Everybody knows that you don't win at a poker table unless you have players that are worse than you playing. One of the things is cryptocurrency. It's very easy to get money off and on a poker site. So people, recreational players that want to play again, can now just put some money on Coinbase or whatever and put money on a poker site and boom, there you go. They don't have to worry about their banks declining it or credit cards or any of that stuff anymore. Also, poker sites are actively trying to attract these recreational players. A lot of sites have massively changed the way they do business. Even the way games are started has changed. There's more of that auto seeding, and they're making it harder to use a HUD, or they're not allowing a HUD at all, or they only allow session stats. There's anonymous sites out there where you don't have a screen name anymore. They understand that a poker economy cannot thrive unless you have depositors constantly putting money on the poker site. Otherwise, all the money just flows to the top and the recreational players quit, and there's nothing left for the poker site to do but just try to grind out rake from its top players who are slowly bleeding each other dry. So not only are more recreational players coming in, you got this new recreational poker model. So that makes it a lot harder for regs to bum hunt. So the regs that are doing the bum hunting can't drain the money from the fish as fast. So the fish survive longer, so there's more recreational money to go around for everybody. So number 2 is, sure, there's more fish, but the regs are still not that good. Now, your average reg is better than he's ever been, right? There's lots of charts people can follow. People can dive into poker strategy and be reasonably competent fairly quickly now. But that doesn't mean they're not beatable, especially post-flop. Now, pre-flop, people are pretty good, but there are still something I call reg fish out there that are just completely terrible. Post-flop is not something that's very easily put into a chart. I do, in my strategy, actually have a post-flop chart, which you can find out more about. If you go to automaticpoker.com, you can join my newsletter, and I'll send you a free poker strategy that gives you a solid post-flop strategy that you can follow starting today. I made this video so that you can understand that you should be playing at the poker table. If you quit for whatever reason because the games got too tough, Black Friday 10 years ago, whatever. If you can focus on post-flop strategy and get really good at the flop, turn, and river, there is a lot of money to be had from poor play after the flop. And I see it every single day that I play, is just ridiculous bad play post-flop from what looks like regs sitting at the table. You'll see a 27-20 guy with a strong 7 or 8, 9% 3-bet who is just fumbling around post-flop and has no idea what he's doing. He's losing money. He's only playing at 100 or 50 because he cannot move up in stakes, because they aren't working on their post-flop game appropriately. So post-flop is where the money is today. If you can get really good post-flop, you can crush the poker populations, whether they're fish or regs. So number 3 is the ability for us to improve our poker strategy, because there's plenty of information out there if you're willing to sit down and take the time and actually grind out and work at it. There's GTO solvers, there's older softwares like Cardrunner's EV still around that I still use every day almost. We have this population data out there. Software like DriveHUD allows us to pull population data very easily and see exactly what our opponents are doing in 3-bet spots, 4-bet spots, C-bet spots, everything. So there's no reason we can't build a standard strategy that exploits the population. Now, if you want good information on this population data thing, I recommend Red Chip Poker. I listen to their podcast. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm just a fan. But I thought I would mention it because it's really immensely helped me over the last few years, and being able to get a better grasp of what GTO really is and how to use population data to improve our strategy. But just remember, you can't just sit down in these games and expect to be profitable. You have to study, you have to work hard to improve your strategy, and you have to learn how to figure out how to adjust your strategy based on what your opponents are doing. And lastly, you need to learn to game select. You need to make sure you're not sitting down on a table full of strong regs. You need to make sure there's a couple soft spots on the table, either reg fish or just blatant fish on the table, so you have some money that can be made. Because if everybody's playing good, you're basically what they call just doing each other's laundry. So I actually do teach people a poker strategy. It's a shorter mid-stacking strategy, so it's not for everybody, but if you want to learn more, it's at automaticpoker.com. Like I said, you can sign up for my newsletter, and as a gift, I'll send you a free sample strategy so you can try it out. I'm actually excited right now because I'm just in the finishing stages of finishing my new elite strategy, which I've spent the last 8 months basically building. It's got over 40 lessons. It's got brand new charts, a brand new spin on how to use the HUD, because I give you a nice customized, easy to use HUD that actually gives you the stats that matter toward making profit at the poker table. It's only got a handful or a dozen stats on it, but each one leads directly to profit. And I show you how to do that. But the main thing is I show you how to build a core strategy that works based on the population, and then how to have a process that allows you to adjust to what your opponents are doing. So if you're interested, go over to automaticpoker.com and check that out. Otherwise, I hope you get out there and start playing again. Poker is still profitable. Get back out there at the tables and get busy winning. Thanks for watching.